What's up, Whippers? It's Vice here. And look, there's not a lot of time left in the current meta. We've been playing with these cards for a long time now, and rotation is knocking it at the door, right? Temporal Forces is almost here, and all of the cards that are in E-Block are on the way out. With that being said, I'm the type of person who likes to just focus on the cards that are available in front of me, and even with pre-releases going on, I thought it might be fun to dive into a control deck that did very well at a regional championship all the way in Brazil. Goiânia Regionals, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this list was piloted by Marco Cifuentes Meta, first place with the Pidgeot Control. So big congrats to them getting a big win. We're going to have a look at it today, go through how I think you're supposed to play it, and some sample gameplay showing what it is like to play this deck in a way where the game goes the way that it should go. So look, as usual, if you like this sort of stuff, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and let's look at it. So I'm highlighting the Luxray in here first before all else, because in Marco's own words, the Luxray is almost like the main attacker of the deck. So the reason why this card is so strong is because of that first attack there, Fang Snipe. Your opponent reveals their hand, you discard a trainer that you find there. Trainer. Trainer is a very broad category in the game, and when it comes to the control matchup, trainers become the the thing that allows opposing decks to fight against what you're trying to do, which is to lock them in place, stall them out, make it so that they can no longer play the game, right? So between cards like Erika's Invitation, using Counter Catcher, Boss's Orders, all that sort of thing, you can force awkward Pokemon into the active position and beat them by way of, like, you're basically creating a board state where they can no longer attack or do anything meaningful to try and beat you. So that's why Luxray is so strong. Now, to step back a little bit, let's talk about what this deck is sort of like hinging itself around and what it's trying to do. So, as I mentioned, it's a stall deck. The goal is not necessarily to take 6 prizes, although you can take 6 prizes with this version of Control. It relies heavily on the Pidgeot here. Quick Search, very powerful ability, allows you to search your deck for a card and put it into your hand every turn. And if you're playing a control strategy, being able to do that every turn is a very, very appealing prospect, right? Now, where it is sort of at odds with what typical Snorlax control decks try to do is that they leverage their status of only giving up single prizes and having pretty much only Snorlax in play in order to make life really difficult for opposing players. Pidgeot gives you more control over your access to resources in the deck and allows you to play with much thinner counts of everything because you can be so targeted with your searches. You don't need to include 4 of all the really important cards just because you can search them out as required with Pidgeot. There are quite a few Pokemon in here, so let's go through them together. You've got Spiritomb here to lock out the abilities of basic V Pokemon, so it's important to be able to stop things like Lumineon, and you can lock out Rotom. I'm not sure what other V Pokemon are really important to be able to stop. I think Lumineon's pretty important. I think stopping Genesect is important, I suppose. Yeah, those are like the ones that immediately come to mind. I guess it stops like Zacian V, and just like any other V Pokemon that has an ability gets stopped by Fetid and Misfortune, so that's why you run the Spiritomb. You got Mawile here to prevent retreat with Tempting Trap. The good thing about Mawile is that unlike the Snorlax, Mawile, for one, is easier to manage if it's in the active spot, It's only ever going to be in the active spot if you've also got an energy attached, so you can retreat it as you need. It's also an attack rather than being an ability. Block can be stopped by any sort of non-Path of the Peak style ability blocking, like Klefki, or let's say something like Canceling Cologne can be removed. So Tempting Trap has its place. Also, don't forget that it's also adding damage done to the defending Pokemon the turn following. So you can do Tempting Trap, increase the damage that you're going to do next turn, and maybe you just wipe something out with this Radiant Charizard here, Combustion Blast, or even like, you can look at Chi-Yu or Pidgeot or Luxray, any of those, right? So it's a very interesting option to have in the deck. Rotom here, instant charge for draw. Also, you can search it out with Stormy Mountains. Also, it's a V Pokemon, so you can attach Forest Seal Stone. It's very good in the early game to just build up a strong hand and get your board going. So, very, very important inclusion. Mimikyu here is to punish the strategies that are very reliant on EX or V Pokemon to do their damage. So, decks like Charizard, decks like Roaring Moon can struggle with dealing with the Mimikyu, so that's why you include it. Radiant Charizard here can attack for very few energy once you start getting to the end of the game. You can also use the Radiant Charizard. Mainly, you want to use this Pokemon to wipe out your opponent's threats. If they spend the game investing everything into one Pokemon, you can just wipe it off the board with the Radiant Charizard. I haven't had a lot of success with using this Pokemon yet, but every game is different, and Marco decided to include the Radiant Charizard. Give it a chance. See how you go. Chi-Yu here, Jealousy Singe. Discard top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. It's a mill option for the end of the game. You could sneak a win if they've only got 2 cards left, or you can try and force a position to move forward by actively milling them, right? If they're sitting there and going draw pass, you can go, well, I'll just come in with Chi-Yu and start attacking with Jealousy Singe. And then, of course, we got the Pidgeot here too. I'll look at the energies real quick first. 2 fire, 2 double turbo. So double turbos that are there to allow you to attack with Luxray, to attack with Pidgeot if required. Fire energies there for Chi-Yu and for Radiant Charizard. Pretty simple. The trainers is where the meat and potatoes of this deck lies, and it's a very long list of trainers. Okay, so I'll sort of just try and go through the classes of cards one by one. I'll start with the tools, right? So you got Defiance Vest here. What I've found Defiance Vest to be good for is for positions where your opponent's only option is to attack with a low damage Pokemon in order to get through things like the Mimikyu. If you are behind on prizes and you put the Defiance Vest on, you can create a position where they're, for example, against Charizard, Charmeleon might, depending on which one it might be stuck doing 10 damage a turn to your Mimikyu, and that gives you a ton of turns to find the Penny, or use Pal Pad to get your Penny back, or using Cyllene to get your Pal Pad to get your Cyllene and your Penny into basically to suck your resources back into the deck. Forest Seal Stone for setup. You've got Bravery Charm here to extend your HP. Very useful on Pokemon like Mimikyu, like your Rotom or Luxray, to prevent KOs on those Pokemon from occurring very easily. Defiance Band here to allow you to whittle away at Pokemon or angle for KOs on threats like Giratina V-Star, using the Radiant Charizard to retaliate against that. So that's it for the tools. I'll get into the supporters now. The core of this deck is, you've got 3 Pal Pads here to recycle your supporters, okay? And then you've got like a litany of supporters to work with. You've got the Cyllene to reuse everything in the deck, 3 Penny to prevent the knockouts on your Pokemon as they look to occur. Cheryl, in the same vein, to remove damage from your board. I like to have multiple Pidgeot EX set up, and if you can tank hits by retreating from one Pidgeot into another, you play the Cheryl. It means that you can restore those Pokemon, remove the damage, and also it removes the need to have to rare candy back up. Like, you could prevent a KO by playing the Penny, but then all you get to do is put down a Pidgey and you need to find another rare candy. So Cheryl ends up being quite good at preventing an opponent trying to 2-hit KO the Pidgeot. You got Erika to drag out a Pokemon that they don't want in play. You got Misfortune Sisters here to mill their deck of really useful items. You know, get rid of those switches or retrievals or super odds or what have you. Sidney here, look, it lets you look at their hand, and then you get to remove tools and special energies and stadiums and stuff like that. So very powerful removal option. Boss's Orders, the classic, gust up something they don't want. Klara here, I find, is pretty handy in order to recover things like whether you need to recover the Pidgey or whether you need to get back one of the many basic Pokemon that you need to control your opponent's board with. Getting back the energy is nice too, so Klara is a good inclusion. Peonia here, there's so many one-ofs, you really need it in order to search out the cards that you need. Arven at a 4-of here, just a very powerful search option at any point in the game, so very good. 1 card turns into 2 cards, so thinking about it that way, it's also pretty powerful. Giacomo here, removing special energies from your opponent's board, depending on the matchup, particularly if it's Mew, can be really, really strong. So Giacomo is here to make a mockery of that matchup. Iono here just to disrupt and replenish your deck if you get down really low. I find that you're able to draw cards pretty quickly, especially if you're using Rotom. Well, I won't say that it's not quickly, but if you do have Rotom down from the beginning of the game and you are like playing through all your options, it can be pretty strong. It can be pretty strong. On the item side of things, you got, you know, your counter catches here for disruption. Very powerful once your opponent starts to take a prize lead. Switch card for switching. Heavy ball to get your Pokemon out of the prizes. Nest ball for setup. Very good with Arven if you require it after the first turn. Ultra ball here to get out your Pidgeot. You can target it with Arven. VIP pass if you open with Arven. It allows you to set up quite powerfully going second. And vacuum here to do things like remove a path to the peak while you're under item lock. Again, something you can search out for with Arven. A couple of rare candies here to get your Pidgeots established. And that's about it. Look, the deck is not super straightforward. The idea behind this deck, generally speaking, is to leverage one of your options over here. Whether it's Luxray to attack their hand, whether it's Snorlax to lock the opponent's active Pokemon in place. Chi-Yu to mill, Mawile to lock them in place as well. Mimikyu to wall out their EXs. Between all of these options, you should be looking to basically bring your opponent to a standstill and make it so that they can no longer progress the game because they've run out of ways to outmaneuver and outwit your blocking and stalling and all of that sort of thing. So look, I think this is the kind of thing that's better seen in action than explained in depth. Hopefully this will tide you over until Temporal Forces comes out. And yeah, enjoy the game. I'll see you in the next live stream or video, so take care and goodbye. Cheers. Alright, as much as I would like to be opening Chi-Yu, it is definitely Mimikyu here. And I think we just go Nest Ball. Charizard matchup, you love to see it. Love to see it. I better let the Discord know that I'm live. Better let Discord know. Closely reading the cards as you played them. Yeah. Iono and like Mani, yeah, do require a bit of that, unfortunately. Let's have a look at what is prized. What is prized? What can we not expect? We've got 2/2 Pidgeot. We've got the Mawile. We've got Snorlax. Spiritomb, not required. Cheryl, yep, that's good. We got our pennies. We got a lot of stuff. Prized, like, actually can't tell. Wait, is Rotom in the deck? Oh, that would have been bad, huh? Rotom and Heavy Ball prize, bro? Really? Holy moly. Rotom and... Bro, that sucks. They're both prize. That's not good. Well, I think we're going to get Pidgey down for a start. And then VIP. And we want a Pidgey. And I'll take a Snorlax. Oh, the Luxray is also prized, I think, too. So that's annoying. Alright, we're chilling. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing, Remo? Hi, Juice Kid. Yep. Not doing too bad, thanks. And how are you?
Get on the beers.
Get on the beers. Well, I mean, it is the afternoon, but I've got no drinks in the house at the moment. It's a dry household. And that is good. Let's be annoying. I'm going to do this. I want to see whether the Luxray is in there or not. Yeah, it's not. It's not at all. That's annoying. Okay. I guess we're chilling. I could Cyllene. Grab Arven. I think that's probably good, actually. Put the Arven back in the deck. And draw it off the top next turn. Rema. With the 5 streams. Thank you so much for continuous support. Jewish Kid, you're drinking a banana split shake? Yeah, that's good for you. Nice. What do I have today? I've had a couple of coffees. I had a banh mi roll. Very tasty. What is on the menu for tonight's dinner? I'm not sure what I'm going to do for dinner tonight, actually. Oh, probably just like a stir fry. Something simple. But as the stream title suggests, I'm not going to be live for that long tonight. Only going to be live till about 6 o'clock, I think. So just a short one today. Play a few games of Pokemon. Just an opportunity for us to hang out. So I'm sort of missing some really key cards in this position. I really wish that one of either Luxray or Rotom was not prized. They were both prized, and our heavy ball is prized. So we know 3 of our prizes, and we really wish that at least one of those 3 was not prized. It is a little unfortunate. It is very funny that they're putting all this energy on the Charizard. That's funny. Please continue to do that. I'm going to go Arven. What do we grab? What does Arven grab for us? I'm probably going to take Pokegear, because I need, like, other stuff, right? Probably. I'll take Brave Charm, too. Maybe I can put it on the Snorlax here for now. A Beef Wellington. Yeah, nice. Hey, Yoshi Child. Yeah, not doing too bad. Tonight's a bit of a short stream for me. Just, my partner's going to be home a little earlier than usual on a Wednesday night, so tonight won't be a long stream. But yeah, otherwise good. Just trying to enjoy the final moments of the current standard format, E-Block onwards. Hanging out for Temporal Forces. We're certainly quickly approaching next format. This format's time is almost up. Use the Pokegear. Fantastic pickup in the Peonia. Our opponent still has not done anything, and they're putting all their energy into one spot. So I'm gonna take 4, 5, 6. What do we get? Cool. Cool. So it's probably not a Mawile matchup, although Mawile can get work done. So I probably don't need Artisan. I want to keep this. I want to keep this. I'm not going to put the Rotom down. I really want to keep the Klara, but maybe we get rid of it. I could probably get rid of the Penny, but Penny's pretty useful too. I want like all 7 of these cards. I'm going to put away the Klara for now. It's in position 6. So if we use Peonia again, we'll just remember that, yeah? Alright, let's go Luxray. I'm going to switch card to here. Attach. Fang Snipe. Okay, we just get rid of the rare candy. And now what? Now they can't evolve into their other Charizard. They're running out of rare candies too. Do you like banh mi? But you had a beef Wellington yesterday. That sounds great. Tasty. Yeah, get in on the raffle. It's not going to be live for that long. I really should put in... I need to get some kind of plugin for like a timer that I can put on screen. To get people to enter the raffle. I think that would be good. I might do that tonight. We'll see. There's some other stuff I need to do tonight too. So I've been doing a bit of reflection today on the channel. And just like a few thoughts and feelings. Ooh, we're going to go Arven here. We're going to go... We need to go Ultra Ball. And I think something like Defiance Band. Or even Forest Sealstone. Actually, that. Luxray will survive the Charizard if we do that. Right? The problem is I have to discard a Penny. But I think that's fine. Could have also grabbed something like the Choice Belt. And discarded that. And then search with Pidgeot. That might have been better. So I'm thinking boss's orders to be like really annoying here. If we bring up like Charmeleon, that's pretty rough. I don't think I've played a supporter this turn, right? No, we did. Okay. So not you. But now what do I grab? I didn't have a better take than that. I should have grabbed what I needed for the second Pidgeot. My bad. Let's start getting rid of their switches and whatnot. Start doing that. You built the Chen Pal and it's so much fun? Fantastic. I'm glad to hear that you're having fun with it. It is like relatively straightforward. It makes a lot of sense. You know, the strength of the deck is in the style that I like, which is something that presents its power with powerful board presence. It can be quite overwhelming for an opponent to deal with once you get it. You know, your goals with the deck are very clear. Hi, Abs. Am I liking the stall deck? It's always, like, different and interesting to play a different deck, you know? Let's see if they've got the vacuum to remove my, my charm. I feel like them putting all these energy on the Charizard is very dangerous. I'll go with Mimikyu for now. So I think what I want to do is, like, quick search for Rotom and then just block it. I'm going to continue removing the switch cards out of their hand with Fang Snipe. And then just block the Rotom and they should lose. So there we survive Combustion Blast. We had a quick search for Penny. Right, and we can do this. We can do this prematurely. There's no reason to not do this now, right? Promote the Pidgeot. Put the Luxray back down. Double Turbo back down. Bravery Charm. Retreat. Okay. Fang Snipe. Let's see. Now we get rid of that one. We're going to be able to do this over and over. You like to see it, Abs? It is, it's a bit cheeky, you know? It's a bit of fun. In comes the Snorlax. We just Pidgeot for some kind of switching effect. It might have to be the Penny. Not sure. Or we Pidgeot for the boss and see what they do there. Because they might lose now. They don't have... Do they have the switch still? No, we got rid of it, right? Let's see if this works. What if we just go search? Alright, boss. Do they have an answer for this? I don't know. Because all of their energy is stuck now. Look. 5 over here, 2 over here. So that's already more than what the typical Charizard list would run. And because the energy is in play, there's nothing in the discard pile for them to recover with Super Rod. So they're in a lot of trouble now. Like, from what I could remember from their hand... Right, they had Judge, they had a few stadiums, they had rods. But, if they don't have the answer here, okay, that makes sense. So, collapse stadium. But, even with that, will they have the ability to get the Rotom out of the way? They need to either force Snorlax out of the active, or they need to have another switch. Which, looking at how many we've discarded already, this is already a lot. A rope and 2 switches is a lot. I'd be surprised if they had, like, Professor Turo as well. Alright, boss's orders make sense. Then you go with knocking out the Pidgey here. Sure. But we're seeing a lot of their deck now. I'm going to promote the Pidgeot here. It has free retreat, so it gives us the flexibility that we need. I don't really want to get rid of their stadium, because we're pretty happy with that, their limited bench. Yeah, I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Could play that. Not bad. We're going to see the rest of their hand and deck now. So let's play this. So they got a boss and a worker. So we'll remember that. They've got a boss and a worker remaining. I think now we retreat into Luxray. And we go Fang Snipe. Don't even care about that. Yeah, they've got nothing left. They've got nothing. All we gotta do now is play Counter Catcher, promote Snorlax, and we win. Oh, they do have one boss's orders left, actually. So that is a problem. Yeah, if you play Charizard, Charizard struggles with this type of matchup for sure. So they will have boss's orders. That's like their last remaining way to break the lock. I think it is impossible for them to win at this point. What do we want back? I think I want Penny and Cyllene. I'm gonna take Counter Catcher here. And we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna go energy. Yeah. They wouldn't have had anything left. They had nothing. GG's. Is there a good matchup for against our deck? Yeah, play Alakazam EX. Alakazam EX has an extremely strong matchup on stall. Very, very strong. If you're playing something like Gardevoir and you want to have like a really good matchup on stall, you could just play Alakazam. 101 Alakazam, easy. GG.